Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is the material for the first week of the semester. We're going to start with the stops. Stops are 6 sounds. The bilabial stops, p and b. The alveolar stops, t and d. And the velar stops, k and g. We're going to start with unit 1, the voiceless bilabial stop. Up, up, pin, pin. You're going to pronounce these words in A, the proverbs in B, and the minimal pairs in capital B, and then the dialogue. You have to practice producing these on your own. I'm going to leave, some room for you to pronounce after I do myself. I do the pronunciation myself. Now, the first 6 sounds we're going to examine are called plosives because you build up a pressure of air and release it like a small explosion. To produce the first one, press your lips together, let the air from the lungs build up behind them, and then blow it out suddenly. You should be able to blow out a candle or a feather off your hand. Let the air come straight up from the lungs, as this is a voiceless sound. Keep blowing through the vowel that follows. Example: park, pen, sometimes it helps to think there is an sound after the This is what we call aspiration or a puff of air, as if you were saying pen. Now let's go right away to the words. Passy, perfect, purpose, people, papilwal. Passy, perfect, purpose, people, papilwal. Pass, put, pot, pay, pound. Pass, put, pot, pay, pound. Pet, pour, post, pack, pun. Pet, pour, post, pack, pun. Presume, practical, pride, pretty, present. Expensive, I go back. Presume, practical, pride, pretty, present. On to the next column. Expensive, expect, explain, explore, explode. Expensive, expect, explain, explore, explode. Porridge, possible, parcel. Porridge, possible, parcel. Puce, puny, computer. Puce, puny, computer. Uphill, upheaval, upholstery. Uphill, upheaval, upholstery. Pneumonia, psalm, psychology. Pneumonia, psalm, psychology. Cupboard, raspberry, receipt. Cupboard, raspberry, receipt. Cupboard, raspberry, receipt. Coup, core, coup, core. Onto the proverbs in B. Practice makes perfect. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. Promises and pie crusts are made to be broken. Penny plain, 2p colored. To rob Peter to pay Paul. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper, where's the peck of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper, where's the peck of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked? On to the minimal pairs in capital B. Pig, big. Pill, fill. Pen, 10. Pick, thick. Pat, bat. Post, boast. Pan, can. Pole, hole. Pop, bop. Onto the dialogue. Dialogue number 1. A present for Penelope. Pass the pepper, will you please, Percy, old chap? Pepper? You're not proposing to put pepper on your porridge. Shut up, Percy. Why do you always presume that I'm stupid? Well, stop snapping and explain the purpose of the pepper pot. It's perfectly simple. I want to compare your pepper pot with the pepper pot I bought as a present for Penelope Popplewell. A practical but pretty expensive present. Well, she's a super person. I thought perhaps if you happen to be passing the post office, could you possibly pop the parcel in the post? Am I expected to pay the postage on this pepper pot for Penelope Popplewell? Percy, you're impossible. I may be poor, but I have my pride. Here is £1 for the postage. And of Unit 1. Now on to Unit 2, the voiced counterpart of up, and that is ab. P and b are two bilabial sounds, two bilabial stops. That is, they are produced in the vocal tract using the two lips. Notice ab and ab. Now on to ab. Ab, ab, bin, bin. Your mouth is in the same position as for up, but this time the sound is voiced. That is the vocal cords. These are the vocal cords behind your Adam's apple are vibrated. They hit against each other. You hear noise. Up, up. Touch your Adam's apple or your vocal folds or vocal cords. They are vibrating. Put your fingers on your throat or over your ears each time to check that you really are making a difference between the voiced and voiceless sounds. Don't be afraid to exaggerate. Make sure there's only the smallest explosion of air. In the production of voiceless sound, the air goes freely from the lungs through the vocal tract. The vocal folds do not hit against each other and do not vibrate. But in the production of voiced sounds, the air likewise comes from the lungs up through the up until they reach the vocal tract. But in their production, in the production of voice sounds, the vocal cords or the vocal folds hit against each other, so you hear noise. Now on to capital A, small a, b, and small c. Bit, bat, but, bit, bat, but, baby, balcony, bottle, baby, balcony, bottle, blanket, blades, bless you, blanket, blades, bless you, brother, brandy, breathe, brother, brandy, breathe, trouble, table, problem, trouble, table, problem, climb, comb, thumb. Notice the V is silent. It's not pronounced in this column and the next column. Climb, comb, thumb. Debt, doubt, subtle. Debt, doubt, subtle. In B, you'll notice that vowels are longer before voiced consonants than before voiceless ones. Tap, tab. Sheep, Sheba. Tap, tab. Sheep, Sheba. Lobe, lobe. Capel, cable. Lobe, lobe. Capel, cable. Hap, haba. Hap, haba. Babs, babs. Babs, babs. Simple, symbol, simple, symbol. Tribe, tribe. Simple, symbol. Tribe, tribe. Onto the prophets. His barbs worse than his bite. The blind leading the blind. Your eyes are bigger than your belly. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Beauty will buy no beef. Blind as a bat. Bold as brass. Peach, beach, peach, beach. Pills, bills, pills, bills. Mop, mob, mop, mob. Rope, robe, rope, robe. On to capital C now. The butcher put the pork spare ribs into a brown paper bag. Betty's prepared beautiful puff pastry for the blackberry and apple pie. Peter's big pink pigs broken the tips of Bill's best rhubarb plants. Onto the dialogue. Brandy in the baby's bottle. Bob Butterby. Sorry, I do that again. Bob Butterby. Oh, Bob. This is Babs. I'm babysitting for Betty and my brother Bill. I'm sorry to bother you, but what's the trouble? No problem, it's too big when Bob's the job. Oh, stop being stupid, Bob. It's baby. I put her on the balcony on a blanket with a biscuit to bite on. And I think a bit of biscuit, she can't breathe. Bang her on the back between the shoulder blades. I banged her till she's black and blue. Try putting a bit of brandy in her bottle. Brandy in the baby's bottle? Oh, Bob. Sorry, Babs. Sounds bad. I'd better bicycle over. Be with you before you can say bread and butter. Bless you, Bob. Bye-bye. Be quick. End of Unit 2. The voiced bilabial stop the ebb. We finished with Units 1 and 2. The voiceless bilabial stop the ebb and its voiced counterpart the ebb. Now on to the voiceless alveolar stop and then its voiced counterpart, the voiced alveolar stop the ed. So now onto Unit 3, the voiceless alveolar stop the et, tie. Press the tip of your tongue against the ridge of bone behind and above your top teeth. This is the teeth ridge, behind the teeth ridge, that is. The alveolar ridge, so that no air can get through. It build up the pressure of air behind this barrier, and then break the pressure by opening your mouth a little and removing your tongue from the ridge so that the air rushes out, goes out. That is. Carry on the rush of air through the vowel sound that follows, as you did with up, so that the word tin sounds like tin or even tin. Exaggerate this aspiration to begin with as you practice. On to capital A, which covers A, B, C, D, and E. Time, tell, town. Time, tell, town. Tone, taxi, telephone. Tone, taxi, telephone. 12, 20, between. 12, 20, between. Trousers, tried, transport. Trousers, tried, transport. What, late, night. What, late, night. After, water, empty. After, water, empty. Templetons, tempted, extravagant. Templetons, tempted, extravagant. Hoped, hopped. Hoped, hopped. Looked, asked. Looked, asked. Puffed, laughed. Puffed, laughed. Missed, passed. Missed, passed. Wished, crashed. Wished, crashed. Fetched, watched. Fetched, watched. Mixed, boxed. Mixed, boxed. Now on to see TH, the spelling TH pronounced as it. Anthony, Thomas and Teresa Thompson live at number 10 Chatham Street, Walton-on-Thames, next to Time Cottage. Anthony, Thomas and Teresa Thompson live at number 10 Chatham Street, Walton-on-Thames, next to Time Cottage. In D, the T is silent, that is not pronounced. Christen, listen, glisten. Christen, listen, glisten, castle, wrestle, whistle, castle, wrestle, whistle, chestnut, Christmas, exactly, chestnut, Christmas, exactly, soften, often, mustn't, soften, often, mustn't. The following words in the next column come from French. Cabaret, ballet, croquet, cabaret, ballet, croquet. Better late than dead on time. To fall between two stools. A storm in a teacup. On the tip of your tongue. If at first you don't succeed, try, and try again. Temptations are like tramps. Let one in and he returns with his friends. On to the dialogue. Dialogue 3. Waiting for Templetons. What time did you tell Templetons to get here, Martin? Any time between 10 and 12. But it's after 2. They're terribly late. Why didn't you contact United Transport as I told you? Peter Thompson said that Templetons were better. Yes, sir. Peter Thompson's the director of Templetons. Oh, blast it, I've torn my trousers on the radiator. Oh, Martin, do take care. Hadn't we better telephone? I've tried. The telephone's not connected yet. And the water's still cut off. We can't just wait here all afternoon in an empty flat with no water and no telephone. How uninviting an empty flat is. And it seems tiny too, now, doesn't it? I'm tempted to take a taxi straight into town and stay the night in a hotel. How extravagant, but what a delightful thought. End of Unit 3, the voiceless alveolar stop. Onto its voice counterpart, the ed. Ed, ed, die, die. This is the voiced equivalent of it. So the tongue starts in the same position against the alveolar ridge, and the lower jaw is pulled down and the tongue withdrawn from the ridge to release the pressure. However, as this is a voiced sound, there will be no rush of air, but only a tiny explosion. Don't forget to check on your vibration, either with your fingers on your Adam's apple or by covering your ears. And don't forget to lengthen any vowel sound immediately before the ed, because vowels are longer before voiced consonants. On to small a now. Do, day, dog, do, day, dog, dreary, drab, drive, dreary, drab, drive. bed, road, afraid, bed, road, afraid. Date, daughter, don't. Date, daughter, don't. In the next two columns, the ed sound is silent, that is, it is not pronounced. Handsome, handkerchief, handcuff. Handsome, handkerchief, handcuff. Grandmother, grandfather, Wednesday. Grandmother, grandfather, Wednesday. Lived, cold, lived, cold. Sagged, banged, sagged, banged. Seized, waged, seized, waged. Wanted, waited, wanted, waited. Patted, acted, patted, acted. Added, loaded, added, loaded. Landed, ended, landed, ended. Tame, dame, tame, dame. Mate, maid, mate, maid. Time, dime, time, dime. Spite, spied, spite, spied. Tram, dram. Excuse me. Tram, dram. Tram, dram. Mat, mad. Mat, mad. Toll, dole. Toll, dole. Coat, coat. Coat, coat. Onto small c. Proverbs. All dressed up like a dog's dinner. Never say die until you're dead. Between the devil and the deep blue sea. Dull as ditch water. Dead as a doornail. Dead as a doornail. Tent, dent. Seed, seed, seed. Seed, seed. Trunk, drunk. Trunk, drunk. Heart, hard. Heart, hard. Thirsty, Thursday. Thirsty, Thursday. Onto the dialogue now. Dialogue number 4. All dressed up for a date with David. And what's my darling daughter doing all dressed up? I've got a date with David, Daddy. We're going to a dance at Dudley Head with Dan and Ada Dodd. David? Not that dreary lad who came to dinner on Friday and trod on the dog. Daddy, he's dreadful. Oh, Daddy, he is divine. I adore him. I found him dreadfully dull, I'm afraid. You know, that dress doesn't do anything for you, my dear. Dark red? Darling, it's so deadening, so dreadfully drab. Oh, Daddy, why is everything I do dreadful these days? Oh, there's David. I must dash. Is he driving? Don't let him drink. And don't forget, you said you'd be in bed by midnight. Oh, Daddy. This is the end of Unit 4, and we'll stop in here, and we'll move on with this the next time we're going to meet. Be good, stay safe, stay home and be safe, and I'll be seeing you in the next class. Thank you.